One of the most critical and often underestimated aspects of launching a startup is ensuring legal and regulatory compliance. While the excitement of building products and scaling operations can be thrilling, neglecting legal obligations can jeopardize the entire venture, resulting in fines, shutdowns, lawsuits, or reputational damage. This module covers the legal backbone every startup must build to ensure legitimacy, protect intellectual property, operate ethically, and maintain investor and customer confidence. From registration and licensing to contracts, data privacy, and tax compliance, entrepreneurs must understand the jurisdictional legal landscape in which their business operates. Legal compliance is not a one-time activity. It evolves as the business grows. What is required at the idea or MVP stage might be vastly different from what is needed during the scaling or international expansion phase. Core concepts. 1. Business registration and formation. Legal entity formation, sole proprietorship, partnership, limited liability company, LLC, corporation, e.g., C Corp, S Corp in the US context, cooperative. Each structure has different implications for liability, taxation, governance, and fundraising. For instance, a sole proprietorship is easy to form but offers no personal liability protection. An LLC or corporation offers liability separation but may be more complex to maintain legally. Name registration. Your business name must be unique, not infringe on existing trademarks, and registered with relevant government agencies, e.g., CAC in Nigeria, Companies House in the UK, SEC in the US. Operating licenses. General business license, industry-specific licenses, e.g., food, health, fintech, zoning or location-based permits. 2. Taxation and financial compliance. Startups must obtain a tax identification number, TN, register for value-added tax, VAT, if applicable, understand corporate income tax rates, maintain accurate bookkeeping and audit records, withhold and remit employee taxes and pensions, understand tax incentives or reliefs for startups, e.g., SME exemptions, R&D credits. Non-compliance with tax laws leads to penalties, interest, and legal prosecution. 3. Intellectual property IP protection. Your brand, product, or idea is valuable intangible property. You must secure ownership and prevent infringement through types of IP protection. Trademarks, protect brand names, logos, slogans, patents, protect inventions and technical processes. Copyrights, protect original creative work like software, writing, art. Trade secrets, protect confidential business formulas, techniques. Without IP protection, competitors can copy your brand, technology, or ideas, diluting your advantage. 4. Contracts and agreements. Every startup must use contracts to define relationships and protect its interests. Key agreements include Founders Agreement, outlines equity, roles, responsibilities, and conflict resolution between co-founders. Non-disclosure agreements, NDAs, prevent leakage of confidential info. Employment contracts, define job roles, compensation, intellectual property ownership, and termination terms. Vendor and supplier agreements, outline service terms, payment schedules, and dispute resolution. Investor agreements, outline ownership, return expectations, rights, and obligations. Having legally binding contracts avoids misunderstandings, misappropriations, and lawsuits. 5. Employment and labor laws. Startups must comply with national and international labor regulations, minimum wage laws, employee benefits, pension, healthcare, termination laws, just cause notice period, workplace safety standards, equal opportunity, and anti-discrimination laws. Failure to comply can result in legal claims or regulatory penalties. 6. Data protection and privacy laws. If your startup collects, stores, or processes user data, you must follow data privacy regulations such as GDPR, EU, NDPR, Nigeria, CCPA, California. Key practices include informing users about data usage, obtaining consent, securing data against breaches, providing options to opt out or delete data, Data privacy is especially critical for tech startups, fintechs, and e-commerce platforms. 7. Compliance with industry regulations. Certain industries are highly regulated, including financial services must comply with CBN, SEC, or FCA rules. Healthcare must comply with NAFDAC, FDA, HIPAA, etc. Transportation, new RTW, FRSC, etc. E-commerce, payment processor compliance, KYC, and AML regulations. You must understand the regulatory bodies in your sector and ensure full compliance. 8. International operations and cross-border compliance. If your startup plans to sell internationally, accept foreign investments, set up foreign branches, you need to comply with import and export laws, foreign exchange regulations, bilateral tax treaties, international data transfer protocols, immigration and employment laws for foreign hires. 9. Legal advisors and compliance professionals. Founders should hire or consult legal experts. Keep updated with changing laws. Maintain a compliance checklist and calendar. Build an internal system for audits and documentation. Legal mistakes can be expensive, so prevention is cheaper than correction. Real-world scenario. Imagine a startup in Lagos developing a health-related mobile app. They must register with CAC and NAFDAC, protect their app code with copyright, sign NDAs with developers and staff, comply with NDPR for user health data, obtain a tax clearance certificate for grant applications. Failure in any of these areas can cause investor withdrawal or a shutdown by regulators. Thank you for completing this module.